Hello, I'm live. I think I'm live. Am I live? Apologies for any technical issues. This is obviously a bit of a surprise to be doing this video tonight. But yeah, if you're just joining me, WWE have made some significant releases. Again, mere hours, if that, after I hate doing these videos. They make me miserable. Mere hours after announcing record profits, they have announced the releases of many superstars. Now, this is these are various NXT talents. We'll go through the list, I'm sure, numerous times tonight, as well as WWE main roster talents. So some insane names, as you can see from the title alone. Keith Lee, Bearcat, who's been on and off of WWE TV, various health issues. Looked like he was really just getting going again, didn't it? But Keith Lee has been released by WWE. Karrion Kross, former NXT champion, a guy who he's not even really been with the company that long at all. If you like. Because he was fast-tracked from... It is insane, isn't it? He was fast-tracked from NXT, really. He didn't spend as long there as many other wrestlers did. So, Karrion Kross released. A name that, it's never enjoyable to announce these releases. But Nia Jax, somebody that, a lot of fans have been very vocal about. Wanting to see her, go back to developmental or be released. And obviously, I'm certainly not celebrating this in any way. It's a horrible thing. A woman's just lost her job. Many men have lost their jobs. B-Fab from SmackDown, been on the blue brand for a couple of minutes. B-Fab has gone. Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado, two wrestlers who, in fairness, this is one that might be a really good thing, because they have been requesting their releases for some time now, but those releases have now been granted. Mia Yim from SmackDown, so much talent, this whole list. And a really recent signing, a guy that never even probably made it to TV this time around, but had been working various dark matches. Harry Smith, D.H. Smith, also being released. Then there's a few big names from NXT also. Scarlett has gone. I'm sure wherever she turns up, it will be with alongside Karrion Kross. Somebody that, again, we've not seen on TV for some time. Ember Moon, which is baffling as well, because you've got this... I think there's... I don't want to say a lack of talent in the female division in WWE, because there's certainly not. There's some really talented wrestlers, but you're trying to build a women's tag division, for example. How you can't find anything for the likes of Ember Moon to do? Bonkers. Frankie Monet as well has been released. Jessie Camille, Zayda Ramira, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, and Jeet Rama. You'll have to excuse me. I literally was just going to bed as this news broke. So I will go through that list, I'm sure, a few more times today. So apparently these are due to budget cuts. The reason being, budget cuts, and an email came from John Laurinaitis very recently. Another one, Oni Lorcan as well as also been released. It's just bonkers. It's totally bonkers. Sorry, I've missed Jeet Rama there as well. So sorry, I'm all over the place at the moment. I'm going to do my best here. Apologies if I don't get to super chats and stuff as quick as I would like to. XVG Dylan, budget cuts after having a Saudi show a few weeks ago. This company's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah, I mentioned this on Twitter, but it's just very difficult to either get excited when somebody is signed by WWE, or invest in characters, because you never really know anymore, because these are huge names. Huge names. Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, like really big potential future main eventers. And so it's really difficult to invest when and these happen so regularly now. I know a lot of people have said they've had a bloated roster for some time. Obviously, their strategy was sign as much talent as possible. That's not really the strategy anymore. But apparently 17 names in all so far. So we'll go through the list one more time. Hopefully I've not missed anyone here. We've got Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, and Eva Marie, all from the main roster. I just saw a comment there. The WWE 2K22 devs must be fuming, right? Jesus. Andy Woolley. Hi, pal. Conscious haven't checked in for a while, so sending love and best wishes to you and the guys. Not what I was expecting the night before my birthday. I'm sorry, man. I hope you have a good birthday anyway. Do you think the RH shutdown has made it easier to make the cuts? No, I don't think it's... I would doubt that it's related. I mean, these tend to come about so regularly now that I would assume it's not related. But hey, maybe. Also, NXT, Scarlett Bordeaux, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Jessie Camilla, Zayda Ramira, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama, and Oni Lorcan. So I'll keep you updated as best I can for the next half an hour or so. But it's absolutely baffling. Chris says, of the last 9 men to hold the NXT title, 5, Lee, Cross, Cole, Black, Andrade, are now released. Get some rest, mate. WWE doesn't deserve your insomnia. Don't worry about me. It's not too late. At all. Yeah, it's just really sad. And I feel like I say the same thing sometimes, because I've done a lot of these live streams now, which is it's horrible in itself. And it is easy to just go, there's so much talent, there are so many places for wrestlers to work and everything. But it just sucks, doesn't it? It really sucks. And it makes you really, really struggle to invest your time in a company that seemingly doesn't really care about its talent in a lot of ways. So, apologies to anybody who's just got the notification and wasn't aware of what was going on. A-Bomb FM. I wish I hadn't bought tickets to the Wembley Live event on Saturday now. I find it really hard to support WWE at times like these. Well, there are a multitude of reasons to be upset with WWE very often, isn't there? Protoss. Now is a good time to remember to follow and support these guys on socials and with merch. Make it clear to promoters that we want them to succeed, which is a really, really great shout. You will see in the next 24 hours, possibly quicker, a lot of these wrestlers launching pro wrestling tees stores, that sort of stuff. So yeah, if you enjoyed their work, if you think that they didn't get a chance to shine in WWE and in NXT, wherever they were, then that's a really, really good way of supporting them until they are able to turn up elsewhere. So a lot of those will be working. The main roster stars, of course, will be working on a 90-day no-compete. NXT more likely 30 days, but we'll keep you updated on any developments here. Dagan, shame AEW has such a big roster already and can't take everyone. If no one else, Keith Lee and Ember, aka Athena, should be all elite. They would thrive there. I mean, those are 2 names there that I don't think will struggle to find work in a major promotion. I think AEW is quite likely for both of them. And you know what? I think Scarlett and Karrion Kross are pretty likely to end up there as well. But we'll see. We'll have to wait a little while. Jacob, have some money. You deserve it for getting this out to us in the middle of the night and having to once again talk about this. Yeah, it's not... Mate, thank you for tuning in. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Apologies. Farmer's son, WTF, Cross is gone just before my 22nd birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday for tomorrow. There's potential destinations for a lot of these. We could see Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, back in Impact. That wouldn't surprise me too much. I would imagine that they would make a play for him. You'd think if... I don't know where he'll end up, obviously. Only he knows that. But I'd be very surprised if Impact didn't make a play for Kross, somebody who did so much in that promotion. Simply psych, insane to have them announce better than expected profits on the same day they do this. Yes, it is, but it isn't the first time that they've done that. John, evening Adam from the biggest Cultaholic fans in the galaxy. Extremely sad times as the wrath of Khan is never ending, it seems. Much love and all the best. Love you, John. Well, you know what? These are all okayed by Vince, right? He has the final say. Maybe Nick does put names forward, but ultimately I think this is, well, we all know it is Vince's responsibility to make the final call. Redmond Survivor, positive of this situation. The indie scene in 2022 is about to be really healthy between this and the ROH releases. Hopefully everyone finds work. And again, yeah, there are heaps and heaps of places where, you know, wrestlers can make really good money now. It's not just AEW. So I think a lot of these will pop up pretty quickly. Where did this come about? Feels so random. Well, it used to be a seemingly annual thing where they would release a few names, and a lot of those could very often be predictable, or some of them. But now, you know, things have changed so much in that these happen multiple times a year now, and you never know when it's going to happen. So I think it was WrestleVotes earlier today tweeted saying, hearing that some releases are coming. And sure enough, it happened. But I don't think any of us were expecting to see some of these names. Your Karrion Krosses, your Keith Lees, even your Nia Jaxes, you know. So I will go through the list for you once more. Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Eva Marie, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, who we've not even seen on telly yet, Scarlett, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Jessie Camilla, Zayda Ramir, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, and Jeet Rama. And, there's one missing there, Oni Lorcan as well. Which sucks. I really like Oni, especially. I think Lorcan's so good. I think he's got, like, obviously he's amazing in the ring. You say that about lots of wrestlers. He's got good crack, hasn't he? He's a funny, charismatic bloke, and I don't think he was ever really given the opportunity to show that on TV in the way that we see it on social media. Which surprised you the most, Ars Lee? Probably Karrion Kross, maybe, because I guess Keith Lee as well. Because, like, he just come back and seemingly is in good health. I don't know the full story, obviously. But, yeah, I think Karrion Kross, because he's been on the main roster for no time. And obviously something wasn't clicking. Probably the fact that they dressed him as a gimp, you know. And they took away Scarlett from him. But you think that a big acquisition like that, they would invest a bit more time into. You know, you're not necessarily going to get it right first time. What's Binturong Leaf Key doing in the Impact Zone? Also, your fact of the day, the actual name of a bear cat is a Binturong. I hope I've said that right. Thanks, NAF Productions. Cheers. Take your NXT champion, job him out, remove his wife, massacre his gimmick, make him look ridiculous, release him. Then, now, forever, says Paul. Philip, I'm not the only one who said this, but it's hard to support WWE when they do crap like this. I genuinely want to know when it will stop. Hey, it's a corporation, isn't it? And I'm certainly not making excuses, but it's at best in very poor taste to do it following the call that they just had and the announcement of record profits, and at worst, some of the things that they've done are perhaps downright evil. And Ashley Shepherd, terrible news. I'm done with WWE. Cancelled my network sub. Tonight was the final straw for me. You can have my £10 a month instead. Oh, thank you, Ashley. You don't need to do that. You certainly don't need to do that. Thank you for tuning in. And I agree. Lawrence just posted there. This is effed up corporate optics. Their PR department is daft. I mean, my assumption is that they've done this at this time. They've announced their record profits, so everyone's very, very happy, the people that have invested, at least, and they'll get some press there, and maybe that press will bury the news of these wrestler releases, but I think that's pretty daft. Don't think it'll work out like that. Aaron Smith, This makes it hard for me to see Kyle O'Reilly, Kevin Owens, and Johnny Gargano stay with their contracts apparently expiring within the next 3 months. And I think that's something you got to think about, is that, these aren't just colleagues. A lot of these wrestlers are, of course, very, very good friends backstage. And when you instill the idea in your employees, also your independent contractors, that anyone is disposable, then why would you want to invest your time? They can get rid of you at the drop of a hat. You can be gone. You're released from your contract. But if you want out, that's a lot more tricky. So yeah, I can understand, and I think you're probably right with those names. Kyle O'Reilly, whose contract is said to be expiring in, I believe, December. Kevin Owens, 3 months. Johnny Gargano, I think, is December as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I will go through the list one more time for you. I say one more time, I'll probably do it about 20 tonight. William Banter, they released people who weren't on the UK tour and were ripe for the releasing. This is just, there's not a word for it anymore. Yeah, it's crap, isn't it? The indies just got more stacked. Support local wrestling. Much love, Adam. Thank you, Collins on the rocks. Cheers. Yeah, and that's the thing. This isn't it for them, is it? You know, as I say, there are loads of places for these men and women to work, and that's awesome. So if you enjoy their work, then, and especially if you're not enjoying WWE right now, then go out and find where they're performing, and maybe you'll fall in love with a new promotion. So once again, just in case you are just tuning in, those names once more: Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, Eva Marie, all from the main roster, of course. Harry Smith, unassigned, hadn't debuted on a brand. We were expecting to see him any moment. Obviously, we won't be seeing that now. From NXT, Scarlett Bordeaux, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Oni Lorcan, Jessie Camille, Zayda Ramir, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, and Jeet Rama as well. Apparently, Dax has just tweeted, "I wish WCW had won." Hey, look, there's a good example, though. Two guys who weren't being used properly in WWE on the main roster, and have gone on to do excellent stuff, and have been presented in a way which is legitimate and enjoyable, and they're great fun to watch. And obviously that's AEW. I would expect AEW to absorb some of these talents, but maybe not all of them. Certainly not all of them, in fact. But yeah, there are lots of other places that these people can go. Steven Scodes, hello mate. Not shocked to see this happening now. Yeah, mate, me too. I opened Twitter, but what, half an hour ago, and my heart sank. But it's sort of just used to it, which sucks, isn't it? That really sucks. Hello Adam. It's a strange night, but at least they can do better things now. That's it. Find the positive, mate. Find the positive. Jesus Christ. I honestly haven't watched the product in over a year because it's gotten so S-word, but I'm dumbfounded at some of the names on this list. Oh, me too. Brian Alvarez mentioning on Twitter that B-Fab, who hasn't been on SmackDown for very long at all, part of a hot new stable on the main roster, she literally signed a new deal a week ago. So if they're willing to do that, like, what's changed in a week, right? What has changed in a week to make that? It's mental. And, like, you've got NXT people there. Ember Moon, right? They, for some reason, some baffling reason, couldn't figure out what to do with her on the main roster. She goes to NXT. She does some pretty cool stuff. And now she's released. You would think that would be building back up to something, because she's such a tremendously talented wrestler. And she's really, like, she's just very enjoyable to watch, isn't she? I think she's got a lot of character. Bonkers. 5,000 people almost watching now. I will keep going through the list. Apologies if you've heard it all already. Don't feel like you've got to... I'm not going to lift the concrete dog up. Do Hickett Donald. Apologies if you've heard the list before, but obviously a lot of new people are tuning in right now. We're here for all your wrestling news. All hours of the day. Did Cross, Scarlett, and Taya leave Impact on good terms? I believe so. Impact have generally been, like, pretty supportive. They understand that they're going to get more money in WWE, but I've never heard anything to the contrary. I believe that they did. At what point does Triple H just go, F it, I'm out, all of his hard work gets wasted or released? Right? So many of them. So many people that flourished at NXT, had great careers, who I've just stopped expecting that they're going to go and do great things on the main roster. It doesn't matter how talented you are. Look at these names. Look at Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, right? These people did Mia Yim as well. Class, absolutely. But there's loads of names there. I'm not trying to just hand pick those. It makes it like the call up, the NXT call up used to be a moment to celebrate, didn't it? You'd get a wrestler who'd done generally great stuff in NXT, and you'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. We'll see what they can do on the main roster now in front of more eyes. Not anymore. Not anymore at all. Matthew, I hate this. That company thing, but one of them gave time for the crowd to chant the name of somebody going through personal issues. WWE does this. Yeah, I mean, there's never a good time to do stuff like this, but I totally agree, mate. Kenny, first one I saw released was Scarlett, and I thought, what's Kross going to do now? Well, I guess that's not an issue now. I should, by the way, before I forget, and I should have done this earlier. My pleasure, Chris. It's not my pleasure, but you're welcome, Chris. I should say that a lot of these have been broken by Sean Rossap of Fightful and Mike Johnson of PW Insider. So thank you, as always, for their hard work as well. I appreciate it, and I should have mentioned that earlier, so apologies. These are names that have been confirmed by reputable sources. Kenny Simpson, thank you very much. And Nocturnal Kaio, years of work done by Triple H to get this talent ready for the main roster, all taken away in this 1 year. Yeah, it's been a heavy year for it, hasn't it? It's been a really, really heavy year. WWE today, just in case you missed it, announcing revenues of $256 million for the quarter. Staggering amount of money. There were various things that came up in that media call that we will go over on the news tomorrow. There's some interesting bits there, but obviously this is huge news. Tala, it would never happen, but could you imagine Triple H going to AEW and making Rampage into NXT, into what NXT once was? Yeah, I feel like it's not Tony that needs the help creatively, is it? But Triple H has obviously got a great mind for the business. I miss NXT, and I'm not even going to sit here and slag off NXT 2.0 because I think it's actually quite an enjoyable show. I haven't hated it at all. I think there's been some really great moments and some really strong. There's a lot of potential there. But the glory days of NXT definitely gone, aren't they? It sucks. Really sucks. I will. People are asking me to go through the list of releases. Once again, so I will do so. So main roster, just in case you're just tuning in now: Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, sorry Jack, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, and Eva Marie. So a lot from the main roster there. And then in NXT, Scarlett Bordeaux, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Oni Lorcan, Jessie Kamea, Zayda Ramia, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, sorry, my screen is jumping all over the place at the moment, and Jeet Rama as well. So there you go. There's your list. You know what? One thing that I just remembered from that media call earlier was Nick Khan saying about how lots and lots of names from NXT, they're going to be called up really soon, and they've done this. Garen, the releases suck the life out of me. Me too, mate. I hate sitting here doing these. Hate it. Not. Sounds like I'm whinging. There's men and women here that have lost their jobs, but it's sucks, doesn't it? It does. Surely they can see it's the company's problem at this rate, that the high majority of their releases are making a bigger name for themselves elsewhere. Well, yeah, totally, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. Harry Jones, Mania next year is meant to be my first WWE show, but with the rate of these releases, it's just going to be Roman versus his own bloody shadow. Enjoy it, mate. I'm sure it'll still be great. Dale. This is really frustrating me. So how many people have been released since the beginning of the pandemic era now? Somebody will have to check that. I don't know that off the top of my head, mate. But lots. Ian, I'm guessing the roster on 2K22 will just be Fred Durst, the red guy and the green guy. Sorry. Thank you, Ian. Cheers. Mark, I don't like the tribalism in wrestling, but I find it really hard to support WWE when they keep doing this stuff. I think a lot of people feel the same, mate. I really do. Jake, the fact that I messaged a friend today saying it's release day and she knew exactly what I meant is ludicrous. This is just terrible. Appreciate great wrestling content from AEW and Cultaholic. Thank you very much, Jake. Cheers, mate. Spice Cadet, I would say you could build a great company out of the releases, but that company would just be Black and Gold NXT. Yeah, there's a lot of former NXT names. NXT Full Fat, not NXT 2.0. Linwood Ross, with the emphasis on the independent contractor and WWE's treatment of talent, how can WWE still be the promised land for wrestlers? I think it's a good question. I think a lot of wrestlers don't see it that way, which is pretty unheard of because, like, the majority of wrestlers coming into the business, or that have made their name elsewhere, they would have grown up watching WWE, WWF. But I don't think that's the end goal anymore for a lot of people. And I've heard that many times. Killer Mike, it's such a tough situation because they could possibly be going to better places, but this is people's livelihood. Especially Keith Lee after his medical issues. It's just sad to hear. Yeah, it is. It is just sad. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just so sad. Charlie, I can't believe Lee and Moon are gone. Both big NXT stars and were also good on the main roster. They will shine on the indies now. WWE will be dead soon. I don't know, with the announcement of record-breaking profits, I don't think they'll be dead anytime soon, mate. But there you go. Name explained. Thank you very much. Sorry if I'm missing anything here. These are going so quickly. Thank you very much for your supporting Cultaholic as well. It's really kind. Phantom FTW. If you're an indie wrestler, why would you even remotely consider WWE as an option? Lots of money, as it seems like you have very little job security. Well, that's absolutely true. N64 Live, thank you very much for resubbing or remembering, or whatever it's called. Much appreciated. We won't forget about Keith either. Of course we won't. And nor will you. Phil Lawrence, thanks as always, Adam. Enjoy the content, except this isn't your fault. I can see Cross, Scarlett and Impact, Keith/Mia, AEW, and Metalik and Lindsay, AAA. I think those are good shouts. I think they're really good shouts. Ethan, the NXT ones I can kind of understand with the rebrand, but it's BS reasons that really annoy me. Yeah, talent cuts for budget cuts, right? Talent releases for budgetary cuts when you're announcing crazy profits is just BS, isn't it? I'd really like to see Keith Lee or Karrion Kross in next year's G1. Yeah, mate, too right. Jack Rogers, I think there's more of a chance that Triple H leaving is more of a reality now than ever because he seemed to be very close to all the NXT CILD. I assume you wrestlers or something. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, he's married to a McMahon, you know what I mean? Got a lot of stock as well. I don't know. We'll see. Base, Keith and Cross aside, Nia Jax is an incredibly surprising name. She's long thought been untouchable due to her familial relations. Yeah, too right. That's one that really shocked me as well because, like... Obviously, she has botched numerous times. She's injured people, but I didn't think they'd go through with it. Especially, because of the familial connections that she has, for sure. Ethan, this does explain why McAfee and Cole were being so nice about WWE on a show today. Maybe they did know it's coming. Again, these have come directly from Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace has sent an email out, apparently. I imagine they probably got phone calls as well. What's worse, Yorkshire CCC or WWE? Abysmal. Do corporations even care? I don't know what Yorkshire CCC is. Andy Woolley. Andy Dubs checking in again. Austin Creed must be fuming as WWE are losing loads of his up, down, down roster. Oh, mate, I didn't even think about that. That sucks. Yeah, that really does suck for him. That must be really frustrating, which is a WWE-owned property as well. You'd think that they would talk to him or something before, but apparently, last time with Breeze, he found out on the day. Other guy, 246, thank you. That's it. I cancelled my subscription when Wyatt was released. I'm sorry because I know that I ask you to hire me all the time, but damn, if they are cutting people that people want to see, McMahon is out of touch. Other guy, thank you so much, mate. Cheers. Danny Nitro, I just hope the WWE can actually work on strengthening the roster that they have rather than just having people they were never going to use anyway. Agreed, but seemingly nobody is untouchable. Yeah, Keith Lee is gone, but Jackson Riker is still there. This is legit ridiculous. Bad Asant, upset for the releases, but Nia, but happy NXT UK hasn't been gutted still. Yeah, there were rumors a while ago, wasn't there? So I'm gonna go through what the heck happened to your face, Adam. What do you mean? I've been painting all day. I'm covered in paint now. This looks like I wasn't expecting to make a video today. This is my week off actually. So a few tweets coming through. Soraya Page just saying that sucks. Renee Paquette, formerly Renee Young, of course. Seriously, that's a list of stars. They'll be just fine wherever they land. So this is a really interesting stat from that's just been posted to Reddit. After today's releases, which may not even be complete yet, we don't know. Anything can happen here. Sometimes this lasts a few hours. After today's releases, WWE have now released a total of 71 wrestlers this year alone. 71 wrestlers this year alone. Isn't that mad? Jason Martin, what a year Keith and Mia have had, especially after all the health issues. Will there be a point where no one will want to sign with WWE? No, because they still offer massive paydays. I guess people will want to take the chance, but I don't think it'll be people's priority, maybe, so much anymore. Austin, WTF, they released Keith Lee. What are they doing? I didn't even see that until now. They have indeed released Keith Lee. Yeah, it just sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, after all his health issues and everything. And like, he just got the rebrand. They literally trademarked Bearcat like a month or two ago, didn't they? So obviously they wanted to invest. Oh man, it just sucks. Connor, excited to see these people unchained on the indies. And that's something to get excited about for sure. The amount of WWE releases, Jericho is going to become the man of 1004 podcasts. David, imagine the hours if these people spent trying to make it to the Fed and this is the end result. Absolutely gutted for these folks. They'll be fine. They'll be totally fine, mate. They really will. Wayne, thank you. Martial arts film freak somehow are most shocked by BFAB. Hit Row just got to the main roster and now they're just another 3-man group. Right? I agree. I like her as well. I do. I think she's charismatic. Dudders, hi Adam, thanks for streaming even this late. It must be horrible having to do this more often than anyone should. Hey, it's not horrible for me, mate. I mean, it does suck. I don't like doing it or anything, but it's part of the job, isn't it? It sucks that we got to do it so often now. Hope everyone who has been released will be fine. They absolutely will. David, just got here, and holy crap, I'm not super surprised about Karrion Kross, but Keith Lee is shocking. What is WWE thinking? See, I think they're the two most shocking names on that list, for sure. Shannon, thank you for becoming a member. As soon as Kross lost to Jeff, I said my mum he'd be gone in a few months. Didn't want to be right, though. Well, the belief was that they were going to do the sort of reverse kryptonite thing. I don't know how to describe it. The fact that Kross without Scarlett is nothing, but when he's got Scarlett, he is a beast. And obviously that didn't happen. It sucked anyway. I'm not making excuses. It still sucked. He should have come in and battered him. But Keith got a year on the main roster, but was ill for most of it. Kross got 2 months. Honestly, the ideal WWE career would just be to copy Adam Cole. Yeah, he seems to have played a good hand, right? Wayne, Vinnie Mac, Johnny Ace, and Nick Khan are killing the WWE roster. It's super, super sad. Adam Lark, surely the NXT UK guys and girls are burning their passports to stay away from Vince. Thanks for the stream, Adam. No, thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. We've got 6,000 people almost. So I will go through the list of names once more. One moment. Hugo, still floored at this news, Adam. Nia, of all people, released. I really thought they'd keep her because family. Yeah, me too. Me too. I there was something that was going through my mind. I think Nia is like... I think she's obviously she's not amazing in the ring or anything like that. I don't want to sit here and slag off somebody who's just been released, but she's not the strongest wrestler in the ring or anything. And she does have a tendency to botch stuff. But because of that familial connection and the fact that she's been there for a long time, and actually she can play a character fairly well. Like, as a monster heel, I don't think she's bad. I was very surprised to see her. Anyway, Alistair, making profits but saying financial reasons is ridiculous. What's their end game? Rumours about WWE selling it getting more realistic? Devastating day. Your guess is as good as mine, mate. I mean, we hear those rumours so often. Wouldn't surprise me at this point. With the release of BFAB, do you think this is a sign of how the Fed views the future of Hit Row? Yeah, that must just suck for them as well, right? You've just made their way up. They must be worried. They must be worried about job security if they can just do that. Like, just pluck one from a faction. How awful. Crappy, isn't it? Raoul. So is Kross out? So wait, Kross is out, but where's Scarlett? Scarlett's been released too as well, mate. Scarlett's been released too. I will do the list now. Give me Nia Jax versus Sadiqa in Zona 23 or go to heck. The full list so far, and I'm not going to keep this stream going forever. I'll probably do another 25 minutes or so. So check back tomorrow for our news video. Hit the subscribe if you're new. This couldn't be. It might not be the end of it, essentially. So the main roster: Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, BFAB, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, Eva Marie. And from NXT, Scarlett Bordeaux, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Oni Lorcan, Jessie Camilla, Zayda Ramia, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama. Few little bits going off on Twitter, as I say. Paige just saying that sucks. Renee Paquette, seriously, that's a list of stars. They'll be just fine wherever they land. Drew McIntyre and Liv Morgan both tweeting the emoji for Oni Lorcan as well. Oni has also released a video which he got out crazy quick. So Biff's got the video out. It's just called "I've been released from my WWE contract," so you can watch that if you fancy it as well. He'll be fine as well. I bloody love Oni Lorcan. I think he's class. I'm gutted to see him go. I'm gutted to see a lot of these names go, of course. Hello, Brett. At this point, with all these budgetary justifications for things getting worse, it wouldn't at all come as a shock to hear they retire the proper belts and just start using the toy belts on TV. Mark, as talented as most of these people are, I don't see how AEW could fit them all. And no, they won't. They won't fit them all. I think a few of the bigger names are fairly likely to go there. I would be surprised if they didn't at least make a play for Ember Moon, for Keith Lee, for Mia Yim, Kross and Scarlett. But there's a lot of other talent there that might get a look in as well, for sure. So, yeah, just a really crap day. A crap day. So this literally happened like an hour after the end of the conference call, the quarterly conference call, where WWE reported $256 million in revenues for the quarter. Crazy amount of money. So to say these are releases being made for budgetary reasons is just pretty obscene, isn't it? Also, it's just been pointed out by my colleague Luke. No up, down champion. Now Mia Yim's gone. Didn't even pick up on that. Obviously, I knew she was on the show, but yeah, they've lost the champ. Brian Doyle, budget cuts, yet they have announced record profits again. Big Johnny needs to get in the bin, as does Nick Khan. FM. Hey, Brian, mate, this is all on Vince. Vince makes the final say. He has the final call on all of this stuff, right? I'm not saying that they don't have his ear, but if he didn't want them gone, they wouldn't be gone. It's that simple. It really is. Sorry, I'm all over the place. As I say, I haven't done a video for like a week. I wasn't expected to be doing this today. So thank you very much for tuning in once again. Cheers for being here. Brett again, and if it's true that Charlotte really does want out of her contract, looking at all of these money-saving releases, I'd say all she has to do is ask for a raise. I didn't think about Charlotte here. Yeah, if she does want out of her contract, I'd be very surprised to see her name pop up. She's still got a long time left on her contract. She's still got over a year on her contract, so I don't think they don't want to let her go. No chance. Obscure. Well, I'm sure all of these lads and lasses will be fine. We're about to enter the holiday season. Yeah, right. Horrible time for it. What a heartbreaking time to lose your job. It's just not nice. There's nothing nice about this, is there? Bu Greenwood. Hey, Adam. Big fan from Boston. Where do you think those released today should head? Too many to go through, mate. Thank you very much. As I say, I think the really likely ones, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado pop up in AAA. Nia Jax, I think Impact will make a play for. I really do. Same with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Keith Lee, I really can see in AEW. I really can. Harry Smith is a baffling one. Like, they didn't even want to. I guess he lives out in the States now, doesn't he? I was about to say they could have stuck him on NXT UK or something. Only Lorcan, I reckon, will get a look in from AEW. I'd love to see Lorcan in there. Or New Japan as well there. I'd love to see Keith Lee in New Japan as well, you know. Sean Wallace, interesting tweet from Tom Campbell about how WWE 2K22 developers must react to this as well. It must be, because they won't get a heads up. They'll probably wake up tomorrow morning and be like, oh, start from scratch again. Keith is trending number 1 on Twitter. The man clearly has a huge fan base and could have been a top star. How have they managed to drop the ball with him? Baffled. There's nothing. There's no negative to Keith Lee. Like, he's so good in the ring. He's so ridiculously agile. He's so charismatic, ridiculously marketable. He's got everything they should be looking for. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. When do the budget cuts stop? When you make a lot of money, right, Patrick? Aaron, big bummer to hear about most of these names. They should hold their heads high because they're awesome and they'll continue to be awesome elsewhere. Again, let's look at the positives, and they will continue to be awesome elsewhere. The Neon Death. What could WWE's long-term strategy be here? Feels to me that they just want their talent to be homegrown from the PC to the top. You're a gem, Adam. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know. I don't think it comes down to like WWE not wanting to really invest in people that came from elsewhere. And I think like AJ Styles is the most obvious example of that. They fully invested in AJ. So I don't think that exists, but I don't have a better answer than that either. I don't know. I don't know how you can't see what's in front of you when you're talking about names like Keith Lee. Declan, not gonna lie, Adam, you might be playing 2K19 a bit longer, right? Seriously, I know they're still employed, but they must be fuming. Probably wasted months at this point. Yeah, I always think about the wasted time, and like especially when people aren't put on TV for a long time, when they've just got to sit backstage, you've got to sit in catering, like it must be so frustrating, wasting the best years of your life in many cases. Hugo, let's hope Vince Khan and Ace don't order NXT 2.0 and UK bleed out more talent. # give Charlotte a raise. Brian, this is just a reminder to support those released. Buy their merch if they have a PWT store or sub to their Patrons. Totally. And as I say, you'll see those Pro Wrestling Tees stores pop up very, very soon, I'm sure, in a lot of these cases. To be honest, they might have even popped up by now. I don't know. It does sort of play into the idea that I never really thought that WWE or Vince might sell up, but when these cuts are made and they're trying to make the books look as healthy as possible, then it does sort of play on my mind that might be an end game, the end game rather. Patrick, I still argue Ember should have beaten Asuka for the NXT belt. I like the fact that Asuka went to the main roster undefeated. I mean, it would have been a tremendous rub. And the end result, again, was absolutely dreadful. The Charlotte thing was such a waste. But yeah, I'd much rather have had Ember beat her for it, for sure. Bobby G Nation, Keith is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of guy. Someone that big moves that quick is not normal. You're completely right. Completely right. How can WWE possibly think releasing this level of talent is a good idea with the level of competition they have? I don't know. I can't answer that either. Again, yeah, some great, I'd say great tweets. Some interesting tweets. And Dax from FDR, I wish WCW would have won. There is clearly no love lost there at all. Apparently the stream's lagging a bit. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's going on. So apologies if Oh, that's nice. Biff Busick, formerly Oni Lorcan, now. Dirty Dango just sent me a voice message and said, welcome to the jungle. Richard Cranium, my apologies if this has been said already, but this is the exact reason why having a company like AEW as an alternate is so important. It may take a little while, but no doubt everyone will find their footing somewhere. Apparently my internet's... I will wrap this up fairly soon. Hopefully we don't wake up to more names on that list. I will go through it one more time. Everybody, thank you so much. Stephen, I'm a huge fan of Keith Lee. I was happy when we chanted, don't you forget about Keith at Full Sail. Really liked him. That's awesome, mate. Declan, if you're Charlotte, KO, Zayn, etc., at what point do you just get sick of working somewhere where your friends may not even be there next week? Oh, yeah, agreed. A couple more tweets there. Alexa Bliss with a broken heart emoji. And Mustafa Ali with an I believe in you. He's an awesome guy, isn't he? I'm going to go through the list one more time before I head off. Thank you to everybody. If you just found the channel, we do wrestling news. We do lists, documentaries. We do reactions, predictions. Loads and loads of stuff. If you want to get involved, the subscribe button's there. Thank you for tuning in. who was released just arrived. I'm just about to go through it, mate. I'm going to finish off. Adam, do you think O'Reilly is likely to re-sign? No, I don't at all. Also, now seems to be a great time to buy your favourite wrestlers merch. Agreed, but not from WWEshop.com. So one more time, I'm going to go through the list. Again, hopefully we do not wake up to any more names added to this. Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, B-Fab, Gran Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, Eva Marie from the main roster. That's not it, unfortunately. From NXT, Scarlett, Ember Moon, Frankie Monet, Oni Lorcan, Jessie Kamea, Zayda Ramier, Trey Baxter, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama as well. So we will keep you up to date as well on the website, cultaholic.com. If you want to stay up to date with this stuff, that's where to find the latest names added to that list. Hopefully, as I say, this will be it. Finding news breaks in time for the podcast boys to get some clout. Dimitri, they recorded it today. They're unavailable. The podcast curse has struck again, unfortunately. Is there a more unlucky WWE superstar? I think I said about 7 Ws there than Eva Marie when it comes to releases. Anna, this sucks. 90 days non-compete clause, 54 days till Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah, right, Vince. Cheers, Anna. Bad news, BK. It feels like WWE sometimes dares itself to try and earn money despite itself. Let's find the best talent and still make millions. Absolutely crazy. That's the thing. Like, I feel like there's obviously still a portion of fans who are happy tuning in week in, week out, rather, because it's what they've always done. They've always watched WWE or WWF, and maybe they don't know an alternative's there. Maybe they're just not that into wrestling that they want to look elsewhere. It's just part of their Monday or their Friday night viewing, whatever. And as long as they're making this huge amount of money from the TV deals, the Saudi deals, etc., then things aren't going to change. But it does suck. Everybody, thank you very, very much for sticking around. Cheers for being here. Yeah, WWE fans, not wrestling fans, as Bad News says there. Not an enjoyable video to do, this one. Sorry I've been all over the place. As I say, I was not expecting to do a video tonight. Truth be told, I haven't even had a shower. I've been painting all day. There's a link there. There you go. An invite to the... it's cultaholic.com/Discord, or there's a link there, discord.com/invite/cultaholic. Mike, thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you so much for all the super chats. You really didn't need to do that. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks for supporting Cultaholic. It means the world. Now go and support your favourite wrestlers. Some of the names that have just been released there. Buy the merch. See them at shows. And check out the new promotions that they're going to end up in, because they're all going to be all right. They will. So come and join us on the Discord, and you can chat more about it. I will see you all tomorrow for some morning news, where I get to talk about this all over again. Brilliant. So I'll see you in a bit. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.